Hi everybody, it's Randy Hilarski here coming at you from Panama. I'm going to make a video today about HEX. I know I've been taking a lot of smack from a bunch of you crypto users out there. I've been hearing it from Twitter, I've been hearing it on other crypto social media channels, I've been hearing it in my private messaging on Facebook, I've been hearing it everywhere. Well, I like this project for many reasons. And most of all, it's because it fits exactly what I was looking for when I got into crypto. As an anarcho-capitalist, which I consider myself, I like freedom. I don't like middlemen when it comes to my money, which means I don't like banks. And I thought Bitcoin was the one that was going to do that for me. Well, over the years, I've realized that it seems that Bitcoin is getting co-opted more and more, and companies are convincing people to hand over their Bitcoin for interest and, keep it on exchanges, keep it in wallets that a third party owns. And there's a good old saying, not your keys, not your crypto, that people like Trace Mayer talk about. I truly believe in that. And then this platform, I shouldn't say platform because it's actually a product, just like a product at a bank, a CD, certificate of deposit, came along, made by Richard Hart and his team. Richard Hart's a man that I didn't like back in the day because I thought he was a little bit too in your face, and his maximalism, I didn't like Bitcoin maximalism, never have. I've always been agnostic. I've always thought that if something comes along that's better, I'm going to support it. And he went and he built this thing on Ethereum called HEX. I was on board right away. I saw one video. This is before the launch, way before the launch of HEX. And I said, wow, when that launches, I want to be part of it. I want to own some HEX. Because there was a few bets there. It was a bet on the intelligence of Richard Hart, who I think is a very smart man. He's also a marketer like myself, albeit a much more successful one. So I respect him for that, and I understand the need of marketing in cryptocurrency. A lot of these techno types, they do not like marketing people, which is okay. I don't mind. They still come to me and they still pay me money, right? And then he built into it the referral program. And as a marketer, I was like, oh, hail to the yeah. This is exactly what we need. So one, it's decentralized entirely. There is not one centralized thing in HEX, zero. It's all built with Ethereum smart contracts, whether you use MetaMask or another Ethereum gateway. HEX is easy to use. It is decentralized. It has a referral program, and it is complete. It is a complete product. When you walk into a bank, I know many of you are much younger than me. I should say, when you used to walk into the bank, you saw on the wall, they were selling their CDs. The CD is a certificate of deposit where you give them your money, and the longer you give them your money, the higher interest you make. Usually that peaks out at 5 years or 7 years, something like that, and then the interest stays the same, whether it be 1% or 2% or 3%. Here in Panama, we have CDs that pay 5%, Depends on what country you live in, they have higher interest rates. They also have higher inflation, right? Depending where you live. So I saw what HEX had, and I said, this is going to be a winner. This is what I have been looking for in crypto for years. Something I do not need to use exchanges. Something I could just set it and forget it. because I am a horrible trader, guys. I suck at trading. So what's the best thing that I can do? The best thing I can do is buy the coin or the token, stake the token, and get rewards for my staking. But HEX went a little bit further. HEX gamified it, right? I'm not even going to talk about what's happening right now in the first 350 days of HEX. I'm talking about what's happening after 350 days, when all of us are going to be scrambling and fighting to get those longer stakes. Why do we want longer stakes? Because we earn larger amount of shares, and the share price in HEX continues to go up forever. It just goes up. All right. So we're going to be clamoring to get these longer stakes and the more amount of shares. Now I have some stakes that I have, when I first bought my HEX, that I staked out for 300 days on day one, right? Or 350 days or 400 days, all in the first year and a half. I regret doing those. All right. But I'm not going to unstake them. I just buy more HEX and I stake it for longer periods. I'm going to go through, I'm going to show you how all that works here in a minute. I'll share my screen for you. But what I saw is a product that competes with the banks, that pays you a whole hell of a lot more than the banks do. 2% a year, my ass. I'm not giving anybody my money and them giving me back 2%. I've been in crypto too long. I'm spoiled. You got to pay me more than that, guys. All right. So HEX has got a very exciting product. People who call it a scam, they haven't looked into the code. They haven't looked into what it is. This is the most unscam or non-scam of everything I've done in crypto. Why? Again, I don't have to give my crypto to anybody. It's just me, MetaMask, some smart contracts, and if I'm buying it off an exchange, I use the Uniswap exchange, version 1 or version 2, and there's a website called hexdex.win that you can use to trade on Uniswap. Simple as that. And then I take my coins and I stake them. So let me share the screen here. This is go.hex.win, and this is the staking page. I'm going to show you how it works real quick. You can decide to stake whatever you want. The maximum you can stake is 555 days. What should you do? I don't know. It's up to you. This is not financial advice, but I am staking long. Everything that I get now, I'm staking over 8-9 years. Some people might think, Randy, that's a freaking long time. What happens? What's going to happen in 8 or 9 years? Listen, guys, 8 years isn't a long time. I feel like I married my wife yesterday. We've been married 8 years. The time goes by quick. My son is already 3 years old, or he'll be 3 years old in a couple months. The time just flies. So I'm not worried about longer stakes. So look over here, and you can see how much you want to stake. This is a dummy account that I'm using. This is not my real account, just to let you nosy people know. So if you were to take 10,000 HEX and you were to stake it, say, let's do simple things here, 100 days. The bonuses that you would receive for longer pays better. These are the different types of bonuses you receive in HEX. The longer you stake, the more you make. All right. The bigger you stake, the more you make. But I don't even worry about bigger pays better. Unless you're super wealthy, don't even worry about it. This is where you make all the money anyways, is longer pays better. Kind of penalizes the rich here. It really does, because they don't make anywhere near as the people who are patient, near as much as the people who are patient. So 100 days, you earn about 543 HEX. Share rate, 96.319 million HEX, million shares per HEX right now. There you go. 96,319,627 shares per HEX. That goes down every single day, meaning the share price goes up. The value of the share goes up because every single day shares are dropping. All right. That's why the longer you stake, think of it this way. You got a pie. And the people who stake longer keep their portion of the pie keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger over time because other people are unstaking during that period, and your amount of the shares, because you're not getting diluted, you keep increasing. So if you're staked for a very long period of time, your pie gets bigger. You get it? You see why staking longer makes sense? Now also, because we're still before the big payday, you have an opportunity to take part in all the coins that we receive on big payday. This is a bonus for everyone who's an early adopter who got in the first 350 days. It's called Big Payday HEX. Reduces as others start new stakes, increases as others end their stakes. So right now that number fluctuates, but let's go to day, say 360, which is shortly after big payday. If you staked 10,000 HEX, you staked it for 360 days, you would receive 1,972 HEX for your longer pays better, which would give you 11,972 HEX after 360 days. Your share rate's still the same because you're staking it the same day. But your big payday HEX, the amount that you're going to get on big payday, as of today, it'd be 21,639. You would 3x, more than 3x the amount of money that you put in today. Now, this isn't realistic because those of us who are in HEX know that there's a lot of people with liquid HEX right now. It's only 21% of the people are staked. So after day 351, I'm thinking that the staking is going to increase rapidly. And or I should say right before big payday, everyone's going to be staking because they want their free HEX. So I'm thinking, I listened to one of the developers, his name is Kyle. He's expecting 2x. So if we put in 10,000, he's expecting that we'll probably get around an extra 10,000. So we'll have 20,000 HEX in that day. And plus the interest would be 1972. So you end up with about 22,000 HEX if you stake to day 360. Now let's show the magic. Let's go out 10 years. Say that you have hands of steel. You're a hodler like I am, and you do not care about the ups and downs of the market, the swings of the crypto market. Well, let's go out 10 years. 3,650 days. The max you can stake in HEX is 5,555 days, which is 15 years. Right now, I'm going to show you 3,650 days. Longer pays better. You receive 20,000 HEX. Now, longer pays better stops at 10 years. You can't get anything extra. There's no financial benefit for you to stake past 10 years when you use the longer pays better bonus. All right. But since BPD, the big payday, has not happened yet, that's where you're going to get your huge benefit. So still the same rate. Your shares go up considerably. Your big payday, you should receive, it says here, 54,223. You're probably going to get about half of that. So maybe 30,000. Let's be conservative. Let's say you're going to get 30,000 for your longer pays better, or your on big payday. So if you add all that up, let's just call this 30,000 instead of 54,223, just to be more realistic. So now we're looking at about 50,000 HEX for your stake of 10. What? So you're going to get between 50 and 60,000 HEX that'll come out on day 3,650, and you'll be able to either restake it or you'll be able to sell it on that day. And who knows what the price of HEX will be 10 years from now. I think it behooves people to stake long. Just like any other crypto, don't put more than you can lose. But I have a really good feeling that HEX is going to be around for a long time. It is a crypto project, keep saying project, but it's a product that's very similar to what the banks use, called a certificate of deposit. But unlike banks, here you're rewarded for going very long periods of time. You're rewarded for going larger amounts. Say, let's change this to, if you have 1 million HEX, what's that, 10? It's 10 million. 1 million HEX, you would receive an extra 666 HEX. And the longer pays better is the same. So it's 2 million HEX. So you get 2 extra. Come on. 3 million HEX, who knows what the value is going to be in 10 years? Just makes sense to me. All right, so play with these numbers. Get in there and understand what the big payday is. We are more than halfway through to big payday, guys. This first 350 days is more than 50% complete. We are on day 192, I believe. I think today is 192. You know, it's all about shares. It's all about staking. There's going to be traders. There's traders in every single crypto, but I'm not talking to traders. I'm talking to hodlers. I'm talking to the people that understand that if you stake something for a long period of time and you get those rewards, you could be a very happy camper after 10 years. All right, so let's go into the transformation lobby because I want to explain that to you real quick. This is the part that's only available for the first 350 days. Coins are minted every day. And today we're going to have 510,620,790 HEX is what's going to be minted today. Depending on how many ETH are deposited into the lobby today, they're going to split the ETH equally. And that's right now, if it ended at this current minute, it would be 56,037 HEX. But there's still almost 3 hours left in the lobby. It's probably be more closely, it's probably be more like yesterday. Yesterday we got 47,865 HEX. I participated yesterday. I used Hexologist code, and it was really funny because all the ETH came in the last 5 minutes. So I thought I was going to get a whole bunch of HEX yesterday, and it didn't work out that way. But still, cool. I got some more HEX. I staked it for 8 and 10 years each and let it fly. All right, so this is one way of buying HEX, but this is only available to day 350. After that, you're gonna have to go to an exchange to buy it. Some days it's cheaper to buy an exchange. Some days it's cheaper to use the lobby. I like to use the exchange, but yesterday I wanted to give some tokens to my buddy Hexologist, so I went through the lobby and got him some, because if you use my code, I get a nice little percentage, and you get an extra 10% if you use my code. All right, and it's just a link, and I'll share the link below in the video. Now here is hexdex.win. Now what is hexdex.win? It is a page built on top of Uniswap, which is a smart contract only trading a decentralized exchange. It's a lot of words, right? You don't need to deposit your money with anybody. All you use is your MetaMask wallet. You deposit how much ETH you have. I put in 1. Right at this current moment, you will get 62,901 HEX for 1 ETH. Now, if you go back to the transformation lobby, you will get 56,037. Let's use yesterday, for example. You'll get 47,865 HEX per ETH, plus the 10% that you will get if you used my code. So you would end up getting about 51 to 52,000 HEX. Now today, if you come to the exchange on Uniswap, you will get 62,901 HEX. Just go like that, you hit swap, and the HEX will show up in your account. It's simple as that. After you do that, then you go back over to staking, and you would stake your HEX. Okay. Now, if you were to buy in the transformation lobby, I should say this, that at the end of the 24-hour period, I'm Central Time Zone, so it's usually at 7 p.m., right around 7 p.m. my time. I have to go in and I have to exit the lobby, and that's when I mint my coins. So make sure you do that. Don't just let them sit there. go in, exit, and then you can go stake your coins. All right. People have done some really cool things with their HEX. I've seen what's called laddering, where people are doing a stake every month for like the next 5 years. The only problem with laddering is that it can get kind of expensive. Right now, the HEX fees are not HEX fees. The Ethereum fees are getting up there, so it might be better to just do one a quarter every 3 months or so, and get your rewards. Then they take their principal, they restake their principal, and they're planning on selling their interest and the money they get on top of their principal. Now, if you're waiting for after big payday, that's when it gets really fun, right? Because at the end of your stake, you're going to receive your big payday coins, you're going to receive your interest, and you're going to receive your principal. So that's why it behooves people to get in before the big payday. I can't say it much stronger. It's kind of important to get in before the big payday. After that, the only coins available are going to be the ones on the exchanges, and I have a feeling that we're going to jump up really high as far as staking is concerned and the percentages. Now, here's a really cool site. It's called hex.vision, and if you want to learn all the cool stats, if you're really into numbers and graphs, this is the place to go. So total circulating is 202,891,615,204 is it circulating HEX. And the rest here, it's 21% of it is staked. That's the circulating, and there's 257 billion total. The difference is the staked amount of coins. Let's go to the penalties real quick. This is the cool one. Now, I say that you earn interest and you earn big payday, but there's something else you also earn. If you say that you stake for 10 years, all the people who unstake early, who break their stake before the end of the day they have, let's call it a promise. You're promising to stake your coins for 3,650 days. But say that you end stake at day 1,000. There's going to be a big penalty. You'll get coins back, but there's going to be a penalty. Those penalties are called HEX penalties, and they all go back, or 50% go back to the users. So anybody who's still staked when you unstake early receives a piece of the pie. I hope you understand. I don't know how to explain it better. Somebody unstakes early, but you're still staked, you're going to get a percentage of the penalties that they received. That's great for us. So once again, it's the power of staking longer. The longer you can stake, like remember I told you your pie is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what we want. So there's going to be some people, maybe they come into financial hard times. Maybe they decide they want to buy something. Maybe some other investment product comes along that excites them. It could be a myriad of reasons why somebody wants to end stake early, right? There's no judgment on my end. All I know is that I'm still staking, so those penalties come to me and come to anybody else who is still staked the day that they unstake. So we like some of these penalties because it just helps boost your bottom line and the amount of HEX that you get. All right, so let's check today. Today is June 10. Let's go back to yesterday, so 24 hours. Oops. Okay, so in the last 24 hours, there's been 3,775,638 total penalties. Now I have all my coins staked, so I'm going to get a little piece of all of that 3,775,000 or 3,775,638 penalties. Cool, right? Now, let me talk about one more thing because some of my OG buddies might be watching this. For all of you Bitcoin holders, if you use a wallet where you have the keys, not your keys, not your crypto. So if you're a real crypto person like me and you decide that you want to try HEX, but maybe you don't want to put money in. Maybe you don't want to swap some ETH for HEX. Not a problem. Maybe you have 5 Bitcoin sitting in a wallet somewhere, or 1,000 Bitcoin. Cool. If you do, that means you're going to be able to get free HEX. During the first 350 days, you're going to be able to go to this page and use my code, please, because I get a bonus for using my code. You're going to be able to put your Bitcoin address here using your Exodus wallet or whatever you have. You're going to put your code in, you're going to assign a key, and the code's going to be read on the smart contract. You're going to get your free HEX, and they're going to be staked. They're going to be staked for 350 days. Automatically staked for 350 days. Sorry, you don't have a choice. You can't just go and dump your coins. You got to stake them. So it makes sense. It's free money. I don't know why anybody would not do this. You know, at the current price, I think per Bitcoin, it should be between 50, 60 bucks. I'm not quite sure. But there are some penalties for that too. If you have over 1,000 Bitcoin in the wallet, as of, I think it was December 1st of 2019 is the day they did the snapshot. If you had a Bitcoin wallet more than 1,000 Bitcoin, you get a penalty. There's already a penalty for waiting. The earlier you did this in the 350-day period, the more coins you get. So you're already more than halfway through, so you're going to get a small penalty there. So those are some things to remember. And please use my code. I'm going to stop the share here. I have been in crypto a long time. I have never seen a product that was so thorough, that had 2 code audits, a security audit. I think it was 2 security audits, and there was another kind of audit they had done. Most projects don't even have these things. HEX is complete. I feel bad for my peers who have listened to these people who said it was a scam. You missed out on a crap ton of money, guys. HEX already did I think it was 116x in the first, what was it, 4 months? What are we going to do in the next couple of years? That's the big question. I actually have a rolling bet with one of my friends that will have a 3 billion market cap by May 6th. I think it is May 6th next year. He said I'm promoting a scam. And I admit it, some of the crap that I promoted in the past, you know, projects that I was paid to promote, people call me a shill. I'm a marketer, guys. That's my business. That is my business model. No problem with it. I don't mind you guys calling me that. I made mistakes. You know, we all have. But I've been consistent with crypto. I've stuck around. I'm not afraid to show my face. 2017 is, a lot of people made some mistakes. Me as well. So HEX has got me excited about crypto again. Excited about the future of DeFi and DeFi, decentralized finance. The banks are less and less important every day. And with these trillions of dollars being printed and thrown at the market, what are products like HEX going to do? Where is this going to be in 5 years? What is the value of HEX going to be? We've already did 100x in USD since February. What can this project accomplish? Man, guys, if you can get into my brain for a second, I've rarely been so excited. When I got into Bitcoin back in 2014, I was excited because I was taking my money out of the banking system. And I knew that there was a new dawn, that decentralized money cryptographically secured with your own wallets and all that was super exciting. I did not feel this way with Bitcoin. Bitcoin to me was, I'm a crypto and gold and silver guy. So Bitcoin to me was my gold and silver that didn't have to be part of the old system. HEX to me is my path to wealth in crypto. And that doesn't even include all the things I'm doing, and I've got my own project I'm launching. You know, I've got those things going on, and that's my business. Those are the things that I'm working on, that I'm excited about, that I want to bring to everybody and help make people's lives easier, solve some problems, those kind of things. But HEX is the one thing in my life, the one thing in crypto where I do not have to work to build my wealth. I take money that I've already have, say I have a bunch of other altcoins that I no longer care about. I sell those, turn them into ETH, and then I come to the transformation lobby. I use my boy Hexologist's code. He gets some coins. I get some extra coins for using his code. Or I can go right to the exchange and, and buy them on Uniswap and then take them and stake them. That's it. It's that simple, folks. This isn't rocket science. My other businesses, I have to work. I have to work with my employees. The other things I do, I have a team of people. There's at least 10 of us that work on my stuff that I'm doing. I wish more people understood the power of depositing money in something, going to bed, and it earning you interest. When Richard Hart says that HEX could do 10,000x, the hell, man. Bitcoin did what? 1,000,000x? Something ridiculous. You're like, oh, it could never happen. ETH did it. Bitcoin did it. I think Dash did it. A couple other cryptos. Ripple, maybe. Maybe they did 9,000x. I don't know. You still believe it's not possible? Listen, folks, anything's possible in crypto. This next bull run is gonna just blow our minds. So I can hear my son, he's out there getting rambunctious. So thank you for watching this video. If you made it all the way through, amazing. Let me know if you did. If you need any help claiming coins because you have Bitcoin in a wallet where you own the keys, let me know. If you need any help setting up MetaMask, let me know. You know, I'm here to help. I've been around a long time. Everyone knows that. And I care about this community. I care about crypto. And that's one thing I want to say too about HEX. Our community freaking rocks. It's the most positive community I've ever been part of in crypto. I watch Hexologist every night. We sit down, we have our dinner watching Hexologist. My son is 2.5 and he yells, Hexologist, Hexologist. It's so cool. All right, thank you for watching the video, and check out my referral code below. Cheers.